Everybody back on the side. Guys, let me say, get on that side. Get that way, that way, that way. You can record all you want.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great, wonderful day. This is a very dark day today. I apologize, but I need to get this news out to you all so that way you can understand what's going on. So what we have here is that the New York City Police are beyond corrupt at this point. They have proceeded to do nothing to help their really community, their own state, or their people, and instead of actually helping their own people, they will arrest their own people and let the criminals and the great people of, I would say, the illegal migrants go free and not be arrested. We have this here. We have tensions flare over migrants in New York City. Staten Island protesters are arrested while trying to stop buses carrying asylum seekers to shelter as they yelled, "Take them back." Okay, this is probably the reason why Donald Trump is actually rising into the polls here, despite the darkness that just happened to him yesterday. Because people are getting sick and tired of it. People are no longer wanting these people here. And this is in New York. And this is insane that is even going on. We're going to get into this. Chaos erupted outside a Staten Island shelter for migrants as protesters tried to stop asylum seekers from moving in. About 10 protesters were arrested on Tuesday outside a former Island Shores Assistance Living facility in Midland Beach, where a crowd met migrants with chants including "Take them back, take them back." Footage from the scene shows protesters banging on the bus windows as they tried to prevent the migrants from disembarking and entering the shelter. Police said an officer suffered a knee injury when one of the protesters. Good. Area resident Vadim Diskalev resisted arrest. Diskalev, who lives a block from the assisted living facility, was charged with assaulting a police officer, resisting arrest, and obstructing government administration, as reported by the New York Daily News. The rest of the arrested protesters were taken into custody and let go with disorderly conduct summonses. Protest comes as Mayor Eric Adams is facing a furious backlash after more than 110,000 migrants have flooded into the city since the spring of 2022. Many of the migrants have been transported north from the Republican border states in a bid to prove the Democrats' open arms policies are a disaster. So, we're going to have this from Victoria Manna. Residents protesting bus of migrants pulling up to former senior facility on Staten Island. Police stand in front of the bus as demonstrators stand in front of the building. More on and more. So, here we go.
Grew up on the corner of Midland and Colony.
So, we have this. Adams announced the protesters on Wednesday calling an ugly display and saying he will not allow the city to be bullied out of carrying out our responsibilities as reported by In-On-One. We cannot allow the numerical minority that's showing ugly display of how we deal with the crisis to be used as an example of what New Yorkers are doing, he said. Numerical minority here. This is a minority. Really, this is a minority of people. You're saying that the people that have been protesting for a long time now in your stupid state that do not like these minorities coming in, and they're not the only ones, okay? It's happening in California, it's happening in Chicago, and it's happening now in your state. And you have the audacity to say that it's the minority? Get out of office, you corrupt piece of garbage. I understand the frustration that New Yorkers are going through and understand the frustration that asylum seekers are experiencing as well. The asylum seekers were eventually able to exit the buses hours after they arrived at the shelter. New York City's migrant crisis is expected to cost the city more than $4 billion this fiscal year if the situation continues, and Mayor Adams has warned the influx of asylum seekers could destroy the city. Despite Adams' cries for help from the state and federal government, the city has not received aid to cover the extra costs, so the $4.7 billion will come from the city's budget. That amount is equal to the budget for the city's sanitation, fire, and parks department combined. There are now nearly 60,000 migrants in the city's care, with about 21,000 new migrant children starting school this year. The city has said that less than 2% of the migrants are being housed on Staten Island. City officials have said they expect the asylum seeker population to reach nearly 33,000 households for this fiscal year. So, that's what's been going on. We have this as well. Illegal underground gig economy booms in New York City as migrants await work permits, all while living off city's dime. So we got this here. Those thousands of migrants who flock to the Big Apple from the U.S. border are making ends meet by working in the illegal underground gig economy, while enjoying the benefits of being put up at taxpayer-funded hotels and shelters. The Post spoke with 36 migrants over a 5-day period, of whom 65% said they were already taking off the books jobs in food service and delivery, construction, or housekeeping. While city officials generally look the other way, the Post has learned only roughly 800 of the 40,000 adult migrants housed in the 5 boroughs have filed for federal work permits, and of all those the Post spoke to, only 1 person had applied. They are taking jobs from other immigrants, said Francisco Mata, president of the New York Bodega and Small Business Association. I'm hearing a lot of complaints from regular citizens, people with papers. It's getting tough. For the newly arriving migrants, about 60,000 of them who are still living on the city's dime, the illegal gigs are a no-brainer alternative to the laborious, pricey, and years-long process of officially applying for asylum, a prerequisite to qualifying for legal work. We're looking for anyone to hire us that won't ask for papers. Ceiling list migrant Mustafa Midai, 23, outside an emergency shelter in Harlem. We're looking, we don't know where. But the illegal gigs produce no payroll taxes or other benefits to ease the burden on the city, while taxpayers shell out an astounding $40,000 per migrant, data analyzed by the Post revealed last week. Mayor Eric Adams has estimated that the crisis will cost the city $12 billion by 2025. Meanwhile, the Post spoke to a slew of asylum seekers in the 5 boroughs who admitted they have landed jobs working under the table since arriving in the Big Apple. So we have this that's been going on here. Now we're going to this huge thing here. Colin Rugg. And this is not just in, this was about 8 days ago. Or no, this was 2 days ago, so not just in. New York City is gearing up to pay over $1 billion on just hotels over the next 3 years to house illegal immigrants. Good. That's what happens when you call yourself a sanctuary city. But that's just the hotel costs. New York City Mayor Adams estimates the total cost of the migrant crisis would be about $12 billion over the next 3 years. We are past our breaking point, he said. With more than 57,300 individuals currently in our care on an average night, it amounts to $9.8 million a day, almost $300 million a month, and nearly $3.6 billion a year. Residents in New York City had enough. In the video below, Staten Island locals were arrested for blocking migrant house buses. Yes, so now, this is where we're going at with all this stuff. Now, New Yorkers, people, this is what happens when you have a sanctuary city. This is what happens when you allow migrants to just go through your city, to be allowed to go into your country. We have a massive problem with with the illegal immigrants. And I have also another video that I want to show you all as well, that it seems that it is more of an invasion than anything. And all that great stuff, so more after this. But yes, it's insane that this is going on. But it's insanity. And the fact that the cops are arresting people now, their own citizens, because the citizens do not want illegal migrants coming in, and the people of New York have to pay for every last single one of those people for illegal immigrants to take their jobs, take their houses, and take everything else is insanity to me. Well, this is what we get. This is what they get when they go for these policies. But I do see upon the horizon a red wave approaching, because I don't think the New Yorkers are liking this at all. All right, guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share, as always. Take care.